Hello everyone, welcome to the Thastu ICS. My name is Trijya Garg and I am your economy faculty. Today we will be discussing priority number 4 of our union budget. Before discussing priority number 4, let me tell you about MSME. I hope you remember this is one of the themes of our this year's budget, as the theme included employment generation, which is the main focus this year, skilling, MSMEs and middle class. Okay, besides this we will be focusing on farmers, that is Annadata, Yuva, that is youth, women, that is Mahilaएं, and poor, that is Garib. So today we will be discussing about MSMEs. MSMEs are known as micro, small and medium enterprises. Now, why are they important for our economy? They're important for our economy because they contribute around 30% to our GDP, contribute around 40% of exports, and you know that if exports are increasing, it means GDP is increasing. That means there's economic growth in our economy. Because if exports are increasing, then the production in our economy will also increase because there will be more demand from the outside of the country, right? So they contribute around 40% and also they generate more than 11 crore jobs, that is employment opportunities in our economy. So I hope you now understand they are very, very vital and important for our economy. Also, why do they create so many jobs? Basically, micro and small enterprises, if we say, they are more labor intensive. It means more labor work is being done and the production is majorly labor intensive, and that is why they require more labor hours, hence more labor, hence more employment, hence more hiring. Okay. So this is about MSME sector. Okay. Now let us understand something else, and that is the classification. The classification is that micro enterprises, their investment is less than 1 crore rupees. When I say investment, I am talking about plant and machinery. Okay, and their turnover, that is the annual turnover, that is the annual sales, is less than rupees 5 crore rupees. Then they are considered as micro enterprises. When we talk about small enterprises, their investment is less than 10 crores. This is 1 crore, this is 10 crores, and their turnover is less than up to 50 crores. Okay, then medium enterprises, investments less than 20 crore rupees, turnover up to 100 crore rupees. Okay, so as I said, they are very, very important for our economy. Now, because they are economy important, there are certain things that you need to understand, and that is MSMEs has a lot of problems. Number one, the major problem is that they, to produce job opportunities in an economy, obviously they need to expand the production. Now to expand the production, they need money, that is funds, and that is the main of the challenges that they face, that because they are very small enterprises, they don't have very, we can say huge collateral to avail big loans and everything. They do not get their payments on time from the big corporations. So that is why basically the government supports them so that they are funded properly, and if they are funded, they can expand their production, they can produce goods and services for our economy, which will again contribute to our GDP, to our export, and also to our employment. Okay. Now there are certain provisions by the government this year which will help strengthen and boost the MSME sector. First is credit guarantee scheme for MSMEs in manufacturing sector. Credit guarantee. This means that introduction of the scheme to facilitate term loans for MSMEs. When we say term loans, we are talking about basically a bit longer loans for MSMEs, no collateral or third party guarantee needed. So without collateral, now you can avail the loans. I hope you remember, I hope you know that to avail a loan, you need collateral. You need to keep something as a security against which you get a loan, or you need a third party guarantee that if this person doesn't give me the money back, then the other person will give it, right? So nothing is required in this, and that is how credit guarantee scheme for MSMEs will work. That basically a self-financing guarantee fund to provide guarantee cover up to 100 crore rupees. So basically government is the one who's providing the guarantee to the banks that if MSMEs actually do not pay you back the money, then we will have a self-financing guarantee fund for you, so that there's no problem and the MSMEs can easily avail the credits from the banks. Borrowers to pay upfront and annual guarantee fees on reducing loan balance. So what is happening in this case is basically whoever are the borrowers, that is the MSMEs, they will have to pay upfront an annual guarantee fee on the reducing loan balance, so that when they are repaying their loan back, they will pay upfront amount and annual guarantee fee instead of the principal amount. So that reduces their loan balance. Benefits for the economy: encourages investment in the machinery, equipment, boosting productivity. Okay, so basically, because now MSMEs will be able to actually avail loans, credit, this will encourage investment in their machinery, then equipment, which will increase the productivity, hence the production in the economy. Reduces financial risk for banks, because getting guaranteed by the government. Promoting more lending to MSMEs, lending will increase to MSMEs, which is also one of our priority sector lending, right? And enhances competitiveness of MSMEs globally. Also because MSMEs now, because they're getting guarantees, they are getting the loans, everything is will be available to them. There will be no problem. Their goods can compete at global level properly, right? So enhances competitiveness, again contributing to our exports. That was number one. Next is new assessment model for MSME credit. Details are public sector banks. What are public sector banks? Basically, which are owned majorly by the government of India, to develop in-house capabilities for assessing MSMEs for credit. So instead of actually relying on a private or an external assessment, what we will do is that all the public sector banks, they will assess the credibility of MSMEs. The new model will be digital footprints for credit and credit scoring. So I hope you know that whenever a bank gives you loan, they check your credit score, right? So now instead of relying on the external firm or external assistance, public sector banks will have their in-house assistance, and this new model will be use digital footprints for credit scoring, moving beyond traditional asset or turnover criteria. So when we say digital footprints for credit scoring, it means that instead of just focusing on the turnover criteria and asset allocation, whatever assets they have, we will also talk about their credit scoring, aimed at including MSMEs without formal accounting systems. So basically what we are going to do is that we will be including all the MSMEs in our system without actually going through the proper financial accounting systems, without formal accounting systems, which would delay the process. Okay, what will be the benefit? More accurate and inclusive credit assessments for MSMEs. Now it will be more inclusive, more accurate, because it will be provided by the public sector, right? And in-house assessments increases access to better credit for broader range of MSMEs, also promotes financial inclusion and supports the growth of MSMEs. Now it will be easier for them. Okay. Now, credit support to MSMEs during stress periods. You know that MSMEs also go through some stress periods, okay? For example, in the COVID time also there were some stress periods. So similarly, whenever MSMEs facing any financial crunch, or there is a financial burden, or there is any problem financially, new mechanism to facilitate continued bank credit to MSMEs during stress period. So what happens if they are unable to pay back their loan? Okay, and their loan is getting into NPA, that is the non-performing assets, because they haven't paid their interest and the principal amount for the last 90 days. So now it can become NPA. Now to actually save them from that, banks will still provide them with credit. Okay, that will be known as the bridge loan. Bridge loan is something short-term loans, okay, to bridge the gap. So credit support provided through government promoted fund guarantee. Again, this will ensure a guarantee for the banks to provide short-term loans to MSMEs categorized as special mention accounts. Special mention accounts are basically accounts which have the risk of turning into NPA, so that they can basically turn around their operations, because so that they have the money, they have the flow of money, and they can actually, if they are going into NPA, if they are turning into NPA, they do not have to stop their operations, and they can basically do what? They can just continue their operations through such bridge loans by banks on the back of the government guarantees. Okay, this is aimed at helping MSMEs and MSMEs to fall into the NPA category. What are the benefits for the economy? Provides a safety net. This is a safety net. Okay, so if you are falling, this is a safety net. Before falling, you are already caught. for MSMEs during financial difficulties, help sustain business operations. You don't have to stop your business operations to pay back the money or everything. And employment also, employment generation, because they create a lot of employment in the economy. So obviously the employment will be sustained, reduces the likelihood of MSMEs becoming NPA, that is non-performing assets. This also stabilizes the financial system, that is our banking system as well. Then we have Mudra loan. So in 2015 basically there was a scheme that was introduced by the government, that is Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. This was to extend the affordable credit to the micro and small enterprises, not medium, micro and small enterprises. So there are three types of loans as per the requirement and the expansion: Shishu, Kishore and Tarun. So Shishu loan is up to 50,000 rupees, then Kishore is 50,000 to 5 lakh, Tarun is 5 lakh to 10 lakhs. So up till 10 lakh rupees you can avail the loan through this scheme. Mudra, the full form is Micro Unit Development and Refinance Agency Limited. So do not directly give the loans. Okay, they refinance the loan. They help different banks to actually help the basically MSMEs to avail the loans. Okay, so what happens is, if for example the bank has given a loan to an MSME, so the bank can go to Mudra, that loan can be financed, that is refinanced, they will get more money at discount. Okay, for example 100 crores has been given, let's say 100 crores has been given to MSMEs. Okay, different MSMEs. Now Mudra will come. Okay, that is the scheme. Under Mudra scheme, this 100 crore rupees of the bank will be financed by Mudra scheme. Okay, but at discount. It means they will get 90 crores. This 90 crores can again be given to other MSMEs. So this is actually creating more lending in the economy. Okay, details are enhancement of loan limit. Now Tarun was till 10 lakhs, now it will be up to 20 lakhs for successful Tarun category borrowers. So whoever has borrowed till Tarun, for the next step they can borrow 20 lakhs. Okay, another fourth you can say loan type of loan will be introduced, aimed at supporting entrepreneurs who have repaid previous loans. So whoever has paid the previous loans can avail now 20 lakh rupees. What will be the benefit? Increase access to credit for the small enterprises, encourages successful borrowers. Okay, whoever is a successful borrower who has paid back on time, this will help them expand their business, and this will also support their job creation in the economy, because if they are paying back the money, obviously job creation will increase and economic growth at the grassroots level will also increase, because small and micro enterprises are all anyway open at the grassroots level. Then we have enhanced scope for mandatory onboarding in TREDS. What is TREDS? Trade Receivables Discounting System. Okay, so this was introduced in 2014. So in this what happens is, let's say there is MSME, okay, and they are the supplier. They will upload the receipt on this electronic system. Okay, then there will be different buyers. We have central public sector enterprises, we have big corporations, they buy it. Okay, they are the buyers. They haven't paid back the money. So this receipt will actually be, basically what will happen is, this receipt will be bought at discount by different participants. They will give this money to the supplier, and after some time these people will actually give the discounted money back to the financial institutions. Okay, so matlab agar 100 rupees ka supply kiya, 100 rupees will be given to MSMEs by these participants who have bought the receipts or the trade receivables or the bills of exchange, and then when time comes they will get the money back from the central public sector enterprises, corporations, etc. Okay, this is TREDS. So now what they have done is, this allows MSME suppliers to receive immediate funding. So now there is no delay in the payment, so that which could stop the operations of the MSMEs. Now whatever they are supplying, they are getting the money paid by this platform for the invoices, which helps address liquidity issues. So there will be no liquidity issues, okay, caused by delayed payments from the large corporates, central public sector enterprises and government departments. Details: reduction of turnover threshold. So earlier all the basically companies who had a turnover of 500 crore or more, they used to be part of it. Now they have reduced this. Okay, so now the companies who are earning rupees, whose turnover is rupees 250 crores till 500 crores, they will also have to register, and it is mandatory for them. Means more buyers, especially large businesses, will be required to register. Inclusion of more central public sector enterprises. For example, I hope you remember central public sector enterprises, which have a bit of private holding as well, and which are divided into Maharatna, Ravratnas and Mini Ratnas. Okay, companies, new threshold will mandate 22 additional CPSCs and 7,000 more companies to onboard the platform. Also, medium, earlier only micro and small enterprises were registered as suppliers. Now medium enterprises will also be registered. Scope of suppliers on TReDS platform will now include medium enterprises, not just micro and small. Okay, what will be the benefits for the economy? Liquidity of the MSMEs will be improved by facilitating quicker realization of the trade receivables. This enhances the financial stability of MSMEs, promotes smoother cash flow management, which will also support their obviously business operations. Now, so we are making it easier and smooth for them, for the MSMEs, that is the micro, small and medium enterprises, because we know their value for the economy, we know their contribution to GDP, to our exports, to the employment in our economy. So for them, it is our responsibility to make it easier and to actually find a solution to the challenges that they are facing. So they had the challenge of the fund, we are providing them fund. Okay, now they had the problem of receiving their money back from the buyers. We have introduced TReDS, right? There's Udyam platform also, where every MSME has to register to become a formal, be a part of the formal MSME ecosystem to gain a lot of benefits. So we will also talk about all the other schemes as well besides this in part 2 of priority 4, because today is only part 1. SIDBI branches, I hope you know SIDBI, that is Small Industries Development Bank of India, which was established in 1990 under an act of parliament, okay, and they also basically help provide loans to the MSME sector. They have a credit plus policy, which means that besides the credit, they also help, give advices, technical guidance to all the MSME sector to enhance and expand their production. Details, SIDBI will open new branches in major MSME clusters within 3 years. So when we say new branches in MSME clusters, what are MSME clusters? MSME clusters are basically, group of MSMEs who are using the same technology, who are producing similar kind of goods. So new branches will be opened. So again, credit facility will become easier for them. So expansion of service coverage to 168 out of 242 major clusters. They have 242 clusters. So also expansion of service coverage will be given to 168. Okay, benefits are direct credit and support services to MSMEs in key clusters. This will help in increased access to formal credit, right? They will not have to rely on the informal credit now. Tailored financial products, whatever as per their needs, they will get the financial products. Advisory and support services besides the credit. Enhanced financial inclusion and access to finance for MSMEs. This will actually reach the undeserved area where traditional banking system is not working, boosting formalization of the MSME sector, building credit history, because now they will be borrowing, paying back the loan, their credit history will be built, which will help them avail loans from other financial institutions in the future. Okay. This will support regional economic development and also again job creation. If they are getting the funds, they will be able to expand their businesses, again stimulate economic activities. Local economies means economic activities in the local areas, which will increase production, hence the requirement for the employment will increase, that is job creation, create jobs. That is again our first theme, again targeting youth, women, right, supporting ancillary industries. So this will also support the ancillary industries because now it will become easier if MSMEs are manufacturing something they need. They are what are ancillary industries? Basically these industries make parts and components that big industries use. So this will help support ancillary industries because now credit will become easier for them to avail. Okay, then MSME units for food, irradiation, quality and safety testing. What are the details for this? So financial support for setting up 50 multi-product food irradiation units. This means that basically we will be using ionizing radiation to eliminate bacteria, pests and other pathogens from food products. So this will also increase their shelf life and also ensure quality, right? So whatever food products in which MSMEs are involved in producing and processing, they will have a quality standard now, and facilitation of 100 food quality and safety testing laboratories. Okay. So basically we have NABL, that is National Accreditation Board for Testing and Calibration Laboratories. Okay, so these labs will test food products produced by the MSMEs for various safety and quality parameters. This will ensure compliance with national and international standards, again with help us with the exports. So this will ensure food safety, quality, enhancing consumer trust also in the products, supports the growth of the food processing sector, promote export opportunities by meeting international standards. Okay, then we have e-commerce export hubs. Okay, so the e-commerce export hubs will be established in PPP, that is public private partnership. That means the public sector, that is the government, and the private sector will together form these hubs. These hubs will provide a centralized location where MSMEs and traditional artisans can access various trade and export related services. So if they want to export their goods outside of the country, then they will have a centralized hub now. Comprehensive services will also be provided. This hub will offer a range of service under one roof. Logistic supports, okay, that is transportation, supply chain problems, regulatory compliance assistance, marketing, and export documentation. They will also provide training and resources to help MSMEs and artisans navigate international markets so that they are able to actually export their goods outside of the country. Benefits will be enable MSMEs and the traditional artisans to access international markets. Okay, again contributing more to our exports, making it easier, streamlines export processes, reducing logistical and regulatory hurdles. So whatever hurdles, whatever lack of information or guidance they have, we are providing them with that. This will boost our exports and the economic growth, right? So this was our part 1 of priority number 4. Let us just quickly see what all we have covered. Okay, we have covered the credit guarantee scheme in MSMEs in the manufacturing sector, new assessment model for MSME sector, Mudra loans, we have done it. Okay, enhanced scope for mandatory onboarding of trades. We have talked about MSME units for food irradiation, quality and safety testing. We've talked about credit support to MSMEs during stress periods, right? We have talked about this, and the others will be covered tomorrow in tomorrow's lecture, that is part 2 of priority number 4. Okay, so I hope this helped you understand a bit about MSMEs and how we are going to help them, because see, whenever government decides something, they first see the benefit of it, the challenges they are facing, and to increase the benefit by finding out the solutions to the challenges, right? That is how our economy will grow more and become more developed, right? And also there will be more of inclusive development so that everybody can contribute and also enjoy the benefits of the growth. So I hope this was clear. The PDF is in the description. You can download from there. See you tomorrow, everyone. Thank you so much.